Chapter 321, Dark Clouds Cover the Moon. This chapter is updated by Novels.pl. Swoosh, a vigorous sword wave like the light of a blazing sun rushed out of Zhang Yuochen's fingertip and collided with the fist of Zhang Tangai. Boom. A loud noise resounded. The impact of the sword and the silver fist made the sound of metal crashing together. The sword wave broke through Zhang Tangai's genuine chi and entered into his fist, cutting off his middle finger and stabbing through his palm. Zhang Tangai slid backward and hit the glittering bronze boat pole of the Red Spider vessel, which was knocked lightly. His viscera, torn by the sword breath, received serious damage. He felt a bloody and sweet taste from his throat as blood surged into his mouth, but he forcibly swallowed it. I cannot defend even one move. Just one move had greatly injured him, making Zhang Tangai feel indignant. The ninth prince, who had once been an invalid, had become so powerful. In the past, he could have killed Zhang Yuochen with only a single finger. Though Zhang Tangai knew that Zhang Yuochen was powerful, he did not imagine that he could be strong enough to have already surpassed him. Zhang Tangai was so furious that he had been eclipsed by such a waste. Soon, a severe pain could be felt on his right hand. Not until now did Zhang Tangai find that his middle finger had been cut off by that sword wave from Zhang Yuochen. Spreading his hand out, there were only 4 fingers on it. The wound and his palm were bleeding, and the blinding pain made him scream. Zhang Tangai was arrogant, so he had enslaved Lin Chenyu and looked down upon Lin Chenyu because he was a waste. However, he had never thought that he actually had become a waste as well. No. Zhang Tangai could not accept that fact, so he roared out in pain. If his power was strong enough, he would torture Zhang Yuochen in various ways. Nice sword ripple of 10 channels. I will battle you. There was a man's voice that resounded out of the vessel. Zhang Yuochen looked toward the cabin and saw a man wearing a gold mask, whose body exuded an overbearing aura. Although he was only in the earth realm of martial arts, his aura made warriors with a higher cultivation that his bow in awe. Is he the young master of the Black Market Excellence Hall? Di originally had been still sitting in the cabin, but suddenly, he disappeared. In next moment, Di stood in front of Zhang Yuochen, and the distance between his metal face and Zhang Yuochen's face was only half a foot. Zhang Yuochen could clearly see Di's cold eyes. The speed of his Di's palm was faster as throughout a palm with his 5 fingers combined. Instantaneously, numerous sparks of lightning appeared in the entire space. Crack! The center of the lightning converged into Di's palm. Zhang Yuochen frowned, then all of a sudden, he gathered all of his genuine chi and struck a palm out. Dragon and elephant returning to earth. The roar of dragons and elephants resounded throughout his body. Even the power of his palm became an illusory image of flying dragons and divine elephants. Boom! The 2 palms crashed together with a thud, and the whole Red Spider vessel trembled. Zhang Yuochen felt an overwhelming, strong power. He grasped Zhang Kiki's shoulder and flew out. They plummeted down under the vessel, landing in the icy and dark water. Thank you, young master, for taking me away. Without hesitation, Zhang Yuochen grasped Zhang Kiki and rushed directly into the water. In the water, Zhang Yuochen quickly found Si Xingkong, who had been brought by him first. Grabbing them both with one in each hand and at a rapid speed, he quickly flew to the depths of the waters. Di had swept Zhang Yuochen away, but he also had to retreat a little. He looked at his palm with a smile. It's the dragon and elephant Prajna palm of the Thousand Buddhas sect. I had just doubted that a prodigy could suddenly appear in Omen Ridge. Unexpectedly, he is a lay disciple of the Thousand Buddhas sect. There are so many saints in the Thousand Buddhas sect. Who is his master? Young master, how strong is his power? The Red Wish emissary jumped out of the cabin enchantingly and gracefully. Her body was so lithe, looking like a red leaf. Just a touch of her tiptoes sent her a distance of about 33 meters to arrive behind Yi. Her pretty face and bright eyes were so enchanting that it made all the warriors on the vessel excited. But no one dared to have any wicked ideas due to her strong power. They all looked down without a second glance. Yi flexed his fingers and said, in the entire eastern region, only Bukion Fan and the Saintess of Heresy could catch my one move among all the young warriors whose cultivation was in the Earth realm. But now, Zhang Yuochen has appeared. What do you think about his strength? He could be the scourge of the black market, the Red Wish emissary said seriously. Yi had a cold look. Obviously, he agreed with the Red Wish emissary, so he said, go after him and eliminate him. Swoosh. Hearing what he had said, many masters of the black market rushed out, including the Purple Wind emissary, the chief chairman of the Poisonous Spider Club, and the Square Commander Prince T were all top-notched. Even if Zhang Yuochen could fly into the sky and enter into the earth, he could not possibly escape while so many masters were chasing after him. But when they were ready to capture him, a dark cloud that looked like many horses galloping rapidly covered the sky. A howling wind blew over the water like a giant beast was roaring. The dark clouds above had become thicker, even the moon and stars were hidden by them. The whole world became gloomy, and no one could see anything in the pitch black. In just an instant, the Death River had gotten so dismal as if the whole world had vanished. What happened? How are the clouds? Suddenly, it's so cold. The temperature has dropped by half at least. I feel a formidable power approaching. Did we disturb some strong savage beasts? All the warriors on the 6 red spider vessels were panicking as the sudden celestial phenomena gave everyone a sinking feeling. Oh woo! A dragon's roar made the water roll as a 10-meter high wave was formed that seemed to roll down from the dark clouds in the vault of heaven. In the darkness, a huge dragon claw reached out from the void space. It slapped against a red spider vessel, where the vessel defending formation was quickly broken, making the vessel sink. Boom! Almost all the warriors who were on it fell into the water. More than half of them were squashed by that claw, and only a few survived. With such a horrifying power, even the warriors in the completion of the Earth realm could not withstand it. Their meridians were ruptured, making their skin cut open and flesh tear. Soon after, they all died. Under an attack of this strength, human power appeared to be very insignificant, as frail as ants. Young master, that must be the 3-clawed flood dragon, the lord of the Death River. The Purple Wind emissary majestically stood behind Li Yi with a dragon-head-long spear. Purple light materialized from his globula, in which a purple moon flew out of the sacred mark, hanging in the darkness and illuminating the whole world. Under its light, the originally black wave was covered with a purple light. And the people on the vessel saw many giant savage beasts swimming in the water. Their warriors on the sunken red spider vessel were all swallowed by those beasts without anyone surviving. A rich smell of blood could be faintly detected and the bones of the dead could be seen floating on the water. A full 200 martial arts masters in the completion of the Earth realm on that vessel were all dead in just an instant. It was a huge loss for the black market. Yi said solemnly, Red Wish emissary, Jin Quan, you two go to kill Zhang Yuochen, and the rest, follow me to deal with these aquatic savage beasts. Now that the 3-clawed flood dragon wants to ruin my plan, I will slaughter it. Yes, sir. I shall cut off Zhang Yuochen's head and bring it back to the young master. The Red Wish emissary and Jin Quan turned into 2 streamers and flew off into the darkness. They followed the scent to hunt down Zhang Yuochen, leading Seek Sinkong and Chang Kiki. Zhang Yuochen swam fast, hoping that they could get out as soon as possible. All of them were so strong that they would not drown even if they held their breath beneath the water for a full day. Before long, a multitude of savage beasts appeared in the water, all rushing toward those 6 red spider vessels. Some beasts discovered Zhang Yuochen, Seek Sinkong, and Chang Kiki and attacked them. But Zhang Yuochen fought their way through. Wearing the flying fish armor, he could erupt at the speed of sound. Aside from meeting with a 4th stage savage beast, no beast could threaten him. The group of beasts did not scare Zhang Yuochen, on the contrary, he felt exultant. He knew that it had to be the 3-clawed flood dragon, who had such a formidable allure in the Death River. Updated by BoxNovel.com. Now that the 3-clawed flood dragon and aquatic savage beasts were pinning down those masters of the black market, they had a much better chance to escape. Zhang Yuochen had gone to rescue Seek Sinkong and Chang Kiki with a determination to die. But the appearance of the aquatic savage beasts helped them to contain those enemies. Then, the 3 of them had gotten an opportunity to escape. Before he became relaxed, a golden shadow came from the surface of the water. Zhang Yuochen, I have already found your breath. Do you think that hiding in the water will save you? The voice of Jin Quan coming from above shook the water, and the waves were lifted up several meters high. Damn, it's Jinquan. Zhang Yuochen swam to the bottom vigorously. Suddenly, Jinquan, who was standing on the water, stretched out his palm. A genuine chi-light column burst out from his palm and gathered into a giant claw that dove into the water, capturing Zhang Yuochen and his companions.